Man, it was a heck of a game last night. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls up three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Oh my God! They know that! Are you kidding me?
What is good in the neighborhood? How's everybody doing? We live. We got the all-star cast in the building. What's going on? I am here with T. I'm here with Mom Dukes. And I'm also here with Mr. Hit 'em with that.
Yo.
We ready to get this thing started and rolling, man. Yesterday was a great game a great day for college basketball. I went to church. I was feeling real good. It was a great message. And before church had started, me and Boogie was outside talking about basketball, and we were talking about the game because I was like, I'm in town. We can check out a game. It's USC. We can, because things been going right and seats and everything been looking great. But he thought I was talking in a crazy way, and I thought he was too. And it just so happened that it was Uconn versus South Carolina yesterday, and they had a crazy game. Mom, I'm gonna let you start this one off.
Don't know where to start, don't know where to end. But like I said, my girls came to town. They did what they needed to do. It's just like I just want to top it off with T. Remember a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about how Gino and how he do his players? He put him in place. He told them they needed to hear. And ever since he put a Page on the block. What he been doing, he's been playing a whole lot better. Sometimes you got to embarrass them to get them to play like they need to play. They came, they played Uconn ball, and it's just like the commentator said when they sat there. It's not makeup we got on our face. It's called egg. We got egg on our face. Nobody expected that to happen, but it happened.
Not the way that it did, and
Not the way that it did happen, but yeah,
like we
you,
were talking
you got a point.
backstage. Like we were talking backstage, what me and Boogie were talking about, like how you were saying weeks ago how Paige isn't really doing what Gino wants her to do, and we saw that on the commercial break when he was yelling at her, shoot it. She had it. The play was designed for her, and she made the extra pass, what led to a turnover. But like I said, me and Boogie was watching, and we was thinking about what you said, Mom, when you said that she really does need to be more of a leader in those times. But when she wasn't, we found something new in it. But before I go into that, go ahead, T, get yours on.
No, like Miles was saying, yeah. And after watching the game yesterday, and it was funny because in watching the game, I actually thought about what she said. We were talking about Gino, and she's right. I guess sometimes you gotta be like that parent. Sometimes you gotta embarrass your child in front of everybody to get them to act right. So I still think maybe I don't know how many more years he got left, but I mean he obviously knew what he needed to do to get the response out of his girls, and they came to play, and I don't know what happened.
Broke a 4-year streak.
To my girls, but I can guarantee you this one. I bet you practice one much fun today.
Boogie, what's your take?
Oh, man. Listen, man. I sat there and I was, first of all, church was awesome. Let's start there. You know what I mean? My brother did come up. He came up, to come get the word. And like I did think he was being, he didn't know what the day game was happening because he was like, nah, like who they play. I was like, nah, they play Uconn. And so like for real, like he was really he was shocked.
No, and
So
they was in town.
I still was like waiting to see if he was tricking me or not. But
Hey,
nah,
my
he
dude,
was sincere because he said, man, had I known, I could have got Mongoose and we could have rolled in Mongoose for the game. So listen, as I watched that, man, listen, I felt like our girls was the one that traveled. The way
Yeah,
UConn showed up, you would
they
have thought
showed
they was
out.
on their home floor. Like for real, like I would have thought that we had a long bus ride to get to where we was going at, and we jumped off the bus, still half asleep, and you know what I'm saying. We went into the gym and got waxed. No, it happened the other way around. The Yukon girls, they rolled down on that plush bus. They was chilling. Everybody was so worried. They was like, man, Paige Becker's just coming into town. And little did you know, Paige was not the person you needed to worry about
Nope.
because Elmer Fudd's daughter got off the bus
Hey,
and
hey,
she was
you
the
did come up on.
one with the gun. Yo, and I listen, I just I had to paint it up a little bit more than what it was, but that's how it was. Cause
Yeah,
I guarantee you, Miss Flood, she was firing that thing from everywhere, and the gun was pow. It was just and look, just when I thought, look, I seen our girls. We made a little run. I said, oh, we about to get back in. We're gonna sneak back in. We you know what I'm saying? We got our Pooh Shiesty mask on. We coming back in there. And then Elmer Fudd just was
I
18
sure did.
points. 18, not Elmer Fudd. A's the fun.
I
A's
sure did.
the A's the fun. I wanna make sure I put some respect on her name. Miss Fudd had 18 points in the third quarter.
By itself.
Oh, that's
our,
By
I'll
itself.
stop right there. So
zone.
I know I look. I was sitting I was sitting next to bruh, but I know mine was I know she was having the ball watching it too.
My take on it is I saw a game where like everybody knows I'm USC if we're not playing UConn. So it
Hmm.
was hype for me and the anxiety, like Mon said on the text that I showed you, Boogie. I would have wanted to go, but my anxiety would have been too high. Because we didn't know going into that game that game was gonna show up like that. And I'm not gonna come here and talk like I thought that this game was that score was gonna be the outcome. I'm not gonna say that. As a UConn fan, I thought we would win. I thought in my mind would be maybe by 5, maybe 8 at max. But the real game in my mind, I thought it would be final seconds, game time winning shot. That's what I thought. It would be coach against coach. I don't know what had happened, what USC was on. Their defense now, it was a couple of times we saw me and Boogie, what's her name that came off the bench that glid and she lit the whole game up when she got that block and then went down on the other end with the dreads. She got that
Oh, Wiley.
Malay,
Malaysia for Wally.
Malay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
remember
I was
and
saying like
her
T was
her her
hey,
defensive
I felt like it
energy
was
and the way
Jeopardy
she
right quick.
played.
It's, ah,
Yeah, and her offensive presence when she got there, but when she got on the other end, what I saw I didn't see from her a lot of times, it was like she would drive to the hole and stop. We all know the result of that when you're doing that, as far as being that spark off the bench or the spark as the player that you are. If you're gonna play like that versus a UConn, or if UConn players would have played like that versus USC, you know the results. You're a way better player than that. And this isn't, I'm giving her props on that. She's a way better player any given night. Any given night, she's a way better player. But when she was out there, it seemed like she was indecisive, except for on her defense. And I don't know
She
what it
had she
was
had a
on that.
matchup. She had a matchup.
She did.
KK Arnold
She
is the
did.
same, has the same speed as Malaysia does. Um, KK was able to slow her down a little bit, and that's what happened with her on that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they like with everybody else, nobody has an answer for my girl Sarah. Okay,
Right.
Sarah come out there and she is strong. Okay, so I mean nobody has an answer for her. She does hers a little sneaky way. Okay, they be looking for her to shoot one way, and Sarah be done did something else another way.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
And
another one that showed up and showed out for them yesterday was my girl from Egypt, Jenna LFE. She came out there and she played. She hasn't played like that since she been there. Since she got hurt when she played last year, when she played in the league in the over there when she played for her country. When she when she messed up her Achilles. But she played yesterday. She set the tone for them girls in the paint.
she did, and she
Yeah.
was a rebound grabber. She
Mm-hmm.
was a hog out there. She really did her thing, and the thing that was so crazy that I saw in that game, it was the lightweight things that we saw in that game that made the difference. It wasn't the big scoring, it wasn't the big defensive stops. It was the players that were taken lightly. You
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't expect them to be in that position or to do what they were doing, and I think that goes to like what you were saying, Ma. I think Gino knows what he has. He always knows what he has team wise, and that's not taking nothing away from Don because man, come on, man. I can't talk no junk about Don. If Gino was to retire, I'd call her first, even if she was to turn it down. But what
Mm-hmm.
we saw yesterday, he put his pieces in places where, and even remember Boogie, the rotation we saw when it wasn't no offense out there, it was a just hold it down squad out there.
Yeah.
Players didn't really get to see, and they still was hitting a little light spot and trying to put the nail in the coffin because USC isn't a team like one of these other teams that's easy to put away. They can come back on you. They don't need a whole half or a whole game to do it. They'll figure it out. Don, I give her props for that. They'll figure it out and come back. But it was just like what we were talking about in the game, Boogie. Me, you, and A Dot. The game was going good, and when they had their chances to break out and do their thing, it was short lived, and the second chances weren't there all the way like how they normally are. When it was Page versus what's the bunny on South Carolina team that they were matching up for a while. What's her name?
Oh, Pow Pow?
I'm not exactly sure, but
You talking
when
no they were matching her up with Joyce.
Oh, it,
They
yeah.
had
and
they had
they
matched they
they
had
were
matched Paige a
doing
couple of times with Joyce.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
see that goes back to when remember in the beginning of the season when I was telling you how um South Carolina was coming there playing that slow ball and whatever, and I was telling you how they come in there playing like that. I mean, they were gonna meet their match. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody talked that noise about
Talk to him, man.
UConn playing the weak link in the Big East. I mean, it's not like they chose to be in that category. That's where they were placed at. Those are the
Right.
teams they were placed with. Okay, look at some of those teams that South Carolina play. Charleston Southern. How much you heard about Charleston Southern? I mean,
That's like when they
and what
played that.
happened? And what happened? They blew them out. Okay, but see, nobody talked about those kind of games when USC were playing them. But when Connecticut plays those kind of games against teams like that, it's oh well, UConn, whatever. But see, that's why Gino goes outside of his conference and play games like USC. He played games like Notre Dame. Okay, those are the games and the teams that he wants to play against to get his team ready for this time of the year.
I like
Let's
it.
get
Okay,
some tape.
he
Let's
played
Mm-hmm.
get some
all of them.
tape.
He played all of them games in December. He, he played them in January, and look where
Mm-hmm.
we are now. Ask him if he's ready. He about ready.
And
Okay.
Boogie, look at the ranks, Boogie, like how we were talking. And isn't it right where we was talking about? I said USC would not go below 7, and
Mm-hmm.
UConn couldn't go much higher. And where are they at right now?
6 and 7, ain't they? Or 5 and 7?
5 and 6. 5 and 6. They right behind each other like that. They are really there. And my thing is about it, like I said, I'm for both of them except for when they're playing each other. I'm a hometown king. I'm a hometown guy. I saw Paige try to do things, and Paige was rattled a lot of that game in times where she was supposed to be calm, present, and there. And Asia, isn't am I saying it right? Number 35?
Easy, easy.
AZ.
Yes, yeah,
Hey,
Asia.
easy.
He was the one that did that at that time. And remember, Boogie, when I said, look at their eyes. Her and Paige, they had the exact same eyes. It was just blue and brown. They had the
Yeah,
same look on their face. And,
yeah,
and I brought that out to him because that game, they both wanted it. USC, I don't know what the breakdown was for it, or if they was using that for a game to see what it was for the tournament. But with doing that, I don't think that was a good idea. I don't think, because March Madness is right here. We could
yeah.
turn
Mm-hmm.
around in the full circle and March Madness is here. Everything right now matters. You know what I mean? Your
I know.
seeding, who you
I know.
playing. You don't want to play nobody that's a surprise that you can't get no tape on and they knock you off. Remember what happened to us? The last few years, we got bumped off by teams that we thought we can get. And at the end of the game, Page didn't come through. We got knocked off by a team that wasn't that good, and USC Boogie, like how you said yesterday, what they're doing, they can go, but you don't see them doing it because they're lacking in certain spots right now. And I was like, nah, they'll be good, trying to be a brighter shoulder. But it's on both teams with me if you look at it like that, because you looking at the Notre Dames, looking at all of these other teams that in different spots they're more elite. Us playing
Yeah.
each other, that's a personal thing for us. But for the league and for what they got going on in NCAA women's, man, they got way bigger teams and better rosters that they need to be looking for.
You got that girl out of Vandy who dropped 55 on them jokers last night. You know what I'm saying?
Go
And then
ahead.
on top of that, on top of USC losing, you had LSU lose to Texas too.
Yep.
So you like, okay, what's really going? You got teams who, especially with Texas coming into the conference to the SEC,
Man, listen,
they throwing the SEC.
listen.
That you got the SEC, you
Good.
know, topsy
Man,
turvy. UConn, the Big East itself is not as not as a powerhouse as it used to be. It was, and that's on men and women's.
That's
The
true.
Big East is a big powerhouse, and UConn has the ability to be a sleeper. Come tourney time. Come tourney time, especially with the way that they played yesterday.
Right, and not just by the way that they played yesterday, but just like how their season is rolling and how Page
Mm-hmm.
is playing. Go ahead, Boogie,
Exactly.
get your take on that, man.
no. Hey, first of all, this in while T was cooking that tape, I got a super dope idea. The next time we backstage with each other, I got something.
Let's
Just
get it.
remind me, because I got something special for you, T, especially for you. All right,
Okay.
but yo, first of all, listen. Um, yesterday, man. Listen, I went to sleep. I thought it was over. But nah, like what I told you yesterday, Pete. You know what I mean? Like for real. I love my girls. I love my Gamecock girls. Listen, I love them. I love them to death. But yesterday, and this order, before I even get into them, I wanna give some history to the women's basketball. You had Pat Summitt. Pat Summitt passed the torch to Gino. And
Hold up.
Gino is not going to give that torch away politely. So, Don, if you really want to be in that caliber, you're gonna have to go and take the torch.
Boogie, if you star
Now,
Vandy,
don't mind. Like, yeah, we did beat them the last 4 times, but yeah, like UConn showed up the better complete team yesterday. I can't lie. Like what things that we're known to do with Carolina defense. We hang our head on the defensive side. The Gamecocks ain't like we're defensive stop. But I seen some of our best defensive players. They look lackluster yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta be honest. Like Raven did not have a good game defensively. Bree did not have a good game defensively. Y'all like to call yourself the seatbelt game.
It
Yesterday,
ain't like a
the yesterday the seatbelt was broken.
Do you think it was because they had a bad game, or do you think it was because UConn?
No, I gotta give the flowers where the flowers is due. UConn definitely had a better game. I seen UConn drop a game. Was that against USC or something like that? A couple
True.
like last week or something like that. But this is how this the part that I also want to shine light on. The women's basketball, they put us on notice 3 years ago. They let us know that women's basketball was coming, and it's
Yeah,
here. It,
it's
it,
here.
it used to be like it used to be Tennessee and everybody else. It used to be UConn and everybody else. Now, listen, you
It's that
got
W.
UCLA,
Yep.
you got USC, Southern Cal, you got the Lady Gamecocks, you got Notre Dame, you got Texas, you got LSU. Like you got teams like for real, like and as we're getting closer and closer, guess what? Something's knocking at the door. It's March. So where March at, like when you get to March, you only can lose one time and you're
Yep.
going home.
That's the truth.
So
Win or go home.
over these last couple of weeks, I was telling you, like I've seen some pivotal games get lost. I seen UCLA, they was undefeated. They lost to USC. Juju had 8 blocks in that game. I seen
Right on.
LSU, they dominated most of that game with Texas and lost that game. I
Mhm.
seen a Lady Gamecock team. Look, we 10-1 in the SEC. And Ma, you can say we don't play nobody, but the SEC, as far as in women's basketball, we over there doing numbers. But I seen us get smoked by 30. And what I did love about I've seen this a couple times this year. I seen this in the UCLA game. Is Dawn prepares us for the game, and if you don't follow the preparation that she puts in place, she lets you go ahead and play it out. You gonna see. You gonna. I've told you to do this X Y Z this amount of time. Guess what? And when you find yourself sinking in the hole, rather than me pulling your hand and pulling you out, no, figure it out.
Hey,
Because
Ma.
yesterday,
And
hey, Pete, while I was sitting with you yesterday, what was I doing? I was calling
pacing.
timeouts for him.
Yeah, all of it. And this is what I had to say about it, Ma. It's different now. He coaching. He understands and he sees it because he's seen all the huddles. Our huddles, if we would have just had a camera in there, ma, that's one of the most funny things. I did everything but curse at those boys out there. I was like, yo, when he cross you over and you lose, you gonna look back at me. I'm gonna be laughing because I didn't teach you that. Coach Boogie didn't teach you that. It's the same thing that Don was doing yesterday. Hey,
Mhm.
I cannot go out there and play for you. I can drag y'all in practice all day, and the only reason I drag y'all not listening to what I'm telling y'all. If you're not gonna listen, you're gonna end up with results that you don't want. You do not want any of this. Ma, I got a question for you, and we will go around the room after that. It'll go from Ma to T to Boogie, and then back to me. What was the most standout for you guys? Is a player or the game yesterday? What was the most standout?
It's the way that they went in and they played as a team, played the way that Gino's been trying to get them to play since the beginning of the season. Like he said, he finally found that Nick that he was looking for. where he can go big, small, or whatever. South Carolina is used to defeating their players, I mean their opponents, by using their switch up offense where they can go 10 deep on their bench. Gino's not used to doing that many deep on his bench.
Mm-hmm.
He's used to doing like 5 or 6. He's doing I think eight deep now these days. But that matchup and what he's got going now, I think that's the best he's had this season. The big, and then going back with the small. I mean, because like I said, with that girl Sarah, she's gonna be on Mount Rushmore by the time she graduates from UConn.
That's
Okay,
true.
because I mean, she has she's in the front running for Rookie of the Year by herself. Okay, and I mean, I know her mama was up in the stands grinning big as day, and like the commentator said, and it's no disrespect to Dawn because her mama was Dawn's teammate when they played
And
in
she's
Charlotte.
fine too.
Good,
I
Yeah,
was
good
telling
point,
Boogie, I was
man.
telling Boogie and A
Good
Dot
point,
yesterday. I
man.
was like,
I was
Boogie,
but
coming with
see,
that.
but see,
I
but
gotta,
the
I gotta
reason,
get,
the
I gotta get
reason,
with her in
and
the
the
stands.
reason why, and like I said, the reason I believe, and like everybody else believes, the reason
No,
why she went
no.
to UConn, yes, that was one of her favorite schools, one she wanted to, but it was easier for her mom to be able to get to her games because her mom is the VP for Boston. So
Mhm.
Boston and
That's awesome.
Connecticut are next door neighbors. So her mom could be at a UConn game in less than an hour. So, you know,
That's right. And before we go ahead and let you go on to get yours on, T, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the people that pay those bills. Shout out to Planet Vapor for all your vaping needs, man. Go and hit them up at 11 different locations. If you can't find them at any of those 11 different locations, you can go chalk. I don't know where that even came from. You can go check them out online at planet.vapor.com. Boogie, you want to run one down?
Man, hey, shout out to Fury Bro Studios, man. Yo, shout out to my boy Blind Fury for all of your recording needs, man. Whether it's beat making, collaborations, whether it's mix downs, man. Listen, that's the guy to go see, man. Yeah. So make sure you tap in with him, man. Hit him on all social medias.
T, hit us up with that last one, T.
Last but not least, for all your animation needs, please check out Rock Bottom Studios, the one and only Black owned animation studio right here in Soda City. We will be coming to you live from the set down there very soon, so stay tuned.
Y'all make sure y'all do that. And now that we got all of the bills out of the way, T, go ahead and run what stood out to you most on that UConn and USC game. You can go player, you can go whatever you like.
I was very, being from the DMV, I was very impressed with AZ because she played a heck of a game. And her game before that, the day you can't play before that, I think she had like 35 points.
Yep.
Uh, Miles,
And
you
T,
can tell me if I'm wrong or not.
no, T,
38,
look, T. This is
38.
T, this is what they said on the game that me and Boogie had listened to, and I'm sorry to cut you off on your take. The last 4 games, she shot 60% from 3-point range.
Yeah, I was like, I
And
knew
they
it was
were
in the
still
30
leaving
something.
her open like that. And
Yeah,
Boogie, he was really mad. He was like, why y'all keep leaving her? 60% the last 4 games, and they were leaving her open. Go ahead.
look,
Go ahead,
I
T.
had to
Go
get
ahead, T.
my child yelled at me. She's like, "Ma, they can't hear you." Because I said the same thing. But yeah, I knew it was like 30 something like that. So my girl from the DMV, she did her thing and she played. And I was happy to see her play because of like we were talking backstage, the injury she's endured. So to see her on the floor and really like getting her, what she went to UConn for, that was nice to see. For me, it was the lackluster play of USC. Like it just seemed like they had like somebody flipped a switch, and because when they lost to Texas, they came out of that loss. The game they played before that, They came pumping on the brakes. I mean, on the gas, and never let up. And all of a sudden, UConn comes to town, and it's like y'all don't know how to play. Like I said, Breezy had a bad defensive game. Raven had a bad defensive game. Our shooting overall was terrible. Like shot selection. Granted, we don't have anybody inside. We have nobody to really go up against Sarah Strong. We don't. I mean, you don't have nobody go up against Sarah Strong like that. But it's just the overall. And we like we was talking. We've seen USC come back. We saw them last year in the Elite Eight, Final Four, come back in the third quarter. 1 point game with NC State, and they came back and blew them out. Second quarter. Same thing with Iowa. They came back and started running away. But it was like it was just it was like a lackluster. Like they just knew they had it. There was no sense of urgency, no sense of wanting to really. I didn't see the heart on the court like you've seen in previous games, and for me, that was just like
Right, and not even just against
man.
anybody else, against UConn. Like I
Oh
said,
yeah,
like I said, I'm USC if it's not UConn, so I'm not hating on them. But the game that they played yesterday, it was almost like I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay
yes,
down.
it was
It
embarrassing,
wasn't
and I
I'm
hope
gonna
they
bring the
get
dogs
embarrassed.
out. You know what I mean? It wasn't no I'm gonna bring the dogs out. We gonna play. I don't know
Mhm.
what it was that made that game like that, but y'all know me. I'm only speaking on my squad, and UConn went out
Yeah,
there and
and they were they and deserved
we
that
sort of
win.
remember they had 6 turnovers, and that was in the third quarter, halfway through. And you
Yeah,
couldn't even tell that they had turnovers by the way that they were playing. You know what I mean?
that
That
part.
was the last thing that you would look at on the list of things to do when you're talking about this game. When you talking about UConn and you talk about SC, you know what I mean? Well, USC, I don't do that because University of Southern California is a part of theirs. USC is South Carolina, the state. We're not the bootleg. We're not the bootleg. That's the real. Southern California, y'all are the bootleg. Y'all are a part of the state. We're a whole state out here. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
doing this. And like y'all see how I'm saying, I flip flop with it when we're talking about the teams. But what I saw that stood out is what Boogie saw and what y'all saw. Man, 35 was out there doing things that if you look at the way the rest of the season is going to go, if she plays like this and she's going to be stronger coming off an injury, Paige is going to be back pocket compared to what she's doing. What you got to say about that, Ma? Because remember what you said all year. Gino's been trying to get her to play. But when we saw 3-5 go out there yesterday, it wasn't no questions. It wasn't no hesitations. It was all ball when it came to her. And that even lifted up Paige's game.
I mean, that's something that they've been that's something that they've been wanting to do since AZ came here. That's why Paige wanted AZ to come to UConn. She wanted to play with her the way that they played yesterday. They just never had that opportunity because of injuries that kept them from that. But right now, in my opinion, Paige is playing the way she's playing because I believe Paige wants her stock to drop. Paige doesn't want to go number one. Paige does not want to go to Dallas. If her stock drops and Miles and somebody else comes up to number one, she doesn't have to go number one. Dallas pick somebody else. Paige go somewhere else. I think that's what Paige wants to happen. I mean, because Paige has two options.
The
She can play.
politics.
She can play and be number one and go to Dallas, or she can let her stock drop, or she got that other option. She can go on back to UConn and play another year. She got another year she can play. Okay, she can be the old lady on the team, but she still has that option where she can still play another year at UConn.
And
So I mean,
is it right
look
she
at the.
making money now, ma? So ain't no
I
rush
mean,
to get out of there? Them NIL deals?
Paige been making money since she's been there. I mean,
Yeah,
she has a food store in Uconn where the student can go in there and get discount food and stuff like that
the real
because of
big
the fact
bodega.
that. But it's just like what Gino said with the
That's what
nil
we
deals and stuff like they got now.
want.
I mean, people, a lot of these players are being able to go to different schools, whereas before they had the nil, everybody wanted to go to UConn, everybody wanted to go to Tennessee, and schools like that because of the program and stuff like that. But now with the nil deal, you can go anywhere and make
Yeah,
money, and that's what everybody's all about nowadays, making that money.
right. And like I said, of what you going off of, she got the money to go back. She don't gotta leave. It's no rush. And I'm happy about the nils deals out here like that. And we gotta use that right there, Boogie. You heard Mondu
Hey,
say
hey, hey, hey,
the nils
hey, hey,
deals.
hey.
Nils
Listen,
deals.
listen. I was just waiting to chime in so slowly. But
Hey
guess
man,
what?
go
Oh,
ahead, Boogie.
hey,
Go
hold on.
ahead.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Pete, Pete. Our mom on our show is better than yours. You heard her. She cooking.
Yeah. Hold up.
Hey, she cooking. You heard her. All right.
Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's get it.
Hey, we hear you, ma. Yeah, ma. Ma. Talk that talk.
Okay. So
But
Yep.
there's only two teams that I can talk with: UConn and the Lakers. So I'm
No,
sitting
hey,
here.
ma. Hey,
I'm
hey,
trying to be cool and calm. But when like
hey,
I said, when you
ma.
talk about the
You,
UConn, I got plenty of stories to tell you. When you talk
yes,
about them Lakers,
ma'am.
I got even more stories to tell you. But I'm just
Yes,
telling you the
ma'am.
facts the way that I pull them in. I mean, I listen to all these different commentators and sport analysis and things like this, and see what they're talking about, and see if that's the way that these girls are playing, and to see that the way the things are going down. Yeah, it's like that. I mean, a lot of these women are making more money now than they would make if they to the the WNBA.
Okay.
Okay, because some of them, the most they
Boogie,
can
get
make is
fucking
like
next.
200 or $300,000 a year. Paige been getting that in her freshman year. So I mean,
Mhm.
what's the big hurry to go there and do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if
Yeah.
she don't play another game of basketball a day in her life, she got enough money to sit back and do what she do. Okay, because she got the
Yes,
deals.
ma'am.
She got the deals. Okay, she got them
Let me,
going on.
ma. Let me ask you this. I'm about to throw you. I'm about to throw you a little boomerang. How do you feel about Unrivaled?
On rival, that's another big thing. Guess look who got that going on. Who started
I
that?
see.
Nafisa.
I know, man.
UConn.
I'm trying to. Oh,
UConn.
UConn got it popping over there. All right.
Collier
That
and Brianna
Nafisa,
Stewart,
that
UConn's
Brianna
own.
Stewart,
Yeah, I know.
and the other one, Nafisha.
Nafisha
That's another
Collier.
one.
Hmm.
That's
Yes,
another
man.
one that Gino used to always be a hound on. He used to be in practice, be hollering, Fisha!
Yeah.
Everybody used to.
Be-
I mean, her parents would come and they would talk junk to Gino or whatever. They told him, if you want your daughter to be a lazy player, she could be a lazy player, but she gonna play for me. She gonna have to hustle and she gonna have to play her game. And you see
I
how she
know.
play now. You see
Hmm.
how she play, right? You see
Oh,
how she play, right?
hey, Fisa. Hey, hold up. Shout mine. I just wanted to give you that transition because I know you could talk about that. But shout out to Nafisa Collier. She won the 101. She won the one
Hmm.
on one with the unrivaled. So yeah, I like. Listen, I love it. I just I wanted to give you that a little bit to
Oh yeah,
dance
oh
on
yeah.
for a second.
But
Um.
did you see who it was all against though? Who
Oh
was
yeah,
charging that?
Leah
It was
Edwards. I seen it.
all
Mine.
UConn except for one,
Mine.
all
I
except for
seen it was
Enrique.
UConn all day.
Only one was Enrique.
UConn all day. I see you, man.
And my rookie Aaliyah, the one that just came out last
Oh, the real.
year.
I seen that.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's bad.
the Rook,
She's bad.
nice too. She's
Oh
super
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
All right.
She got that feet style. She got that
Yes,
same
ma'am.
style of
Yep.
ball
Yep.
as Fee play.
Okay.
If you watch the move she was making and you watch the way Fee was moving, you could see it.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
That Gino got that hook on that.
So
Oh,
y'all,
Gina put it. All right. Yes,
we
ma'am.
we we got gladness, we got sadness, But in a couple of weeks, we got madness coming up. And with the madness coming up, this AP poll, you know what I'm talking about? Who do y'all see out of the top 25 being elite in what we're doing in this college football right now?
You
Well,
mean
I'm sorry.
basketball?
I'm sorry.
I'm
College
about to say, hold on.
basketball.
You
Women.
say, wait.
Look. Not just anybody. Women's college basketball. I'm sorry,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you. All right, there we go.
Oh,
Let's get
I was
into it.
excited. I
Let's,
was excited to
that's
bring it out, man. And this was T's offering that she brought to the show tonight. So I'm gonna let T go ahead and lead
I'm
this
about to
off.
say, let T Lee off.
Talk to me, T.
now we all anybody out there watching who's a aficionado with basketball, you know this is our favorite time of year. This is when we get to be kids in the candy store because
That's
you
right.
got conference play, and then you got the selection Sunday. You
Mm,
know, which to see who's gonna go where. My
mm.
I can't see who is gonna be in selection. What selection Sunday is gonna look like? Because yesterday's game kind of shook up some things as far as who I think will be a number one seed. I don't know if we was. It would depend on conference play if USC gets a number one seed. It would depend on it's going to have to depend on them winning the conference to grab that number one seed. But
Okay.
I think UConn. I think UConn can be a number two if they can't get a number one.
They already had the seedings. They already had the seedings. They showed the
Let
seedings
me let,
yesterday, and they showed them again today.
The
South
preliminaries.
Carolina does have the number one. UConn does have number two.
Okay,
So I mean, they're in the, I think it's Birmingham
the
conference
Birmingham
or
bracket.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they had
Yeah,
flipped it
no,
due
no,
to
no,
the
no.
loss yesterday.
Even with that, what it was, that's the way it was. And they had said that before even the game had played, that regardless whether if UConn won or South Carolina lost, that bracket was going. That's the way it was already set. So, I mean, that's why I said that we UConn, we don't worry about brackets. Okay, we don't
Yeah,
worry about that. We worry
you
about
gotta
when it's
turn them
time to
off.
play and whatever. That's Gino's theory. He doesn't worry about the brackets and whatever.
Guys.
You
But
gotta
yeah.
start them
kudos,
off.
kudos to South Carolina being able to hold that number one spot down
Yes,
for where they
I
are.
don't think
All right, so
I'm not
y'all,
sure we should be able to have back to back.
let me name the top 8 right now on the AP polls. You got Notre Dame at number 1. You
Mm-hmm.
got Texas at number 2. You got
Mm.
UCLA at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
You got USC, the fake ones. I don't care about the ballers on the team. They're the fake ones. I'm
Hey,
USC.
give Juju her props. She kept that dribble going when she slipped on that floor. Now, give Juju
Right.
her props.
I ain't hating on her. And she fine too. Don't play with me. You got number 5, UConn. You got number 6, USC, the real USC. You got number 7, LSU. And you got number 8, Ohio State. Now, y'all, we're not looking at the rest of the top 25 because anything can happen. But if we're talking about that top 8, I know I'm biased and I know who I would be looking for in it. I'm looking at, if it's me telling the truth, if it is not my team and I count them out, that top 8 that we had out there, I see the fake USC and I see you Notre Dame out there with the Dukes boogie. Remember from football season? They got the Dukes. These is the it's the one for the right, it's one for the left. They got the Dukes up. They ready to fight.
Yeah.
Now this is no disrespect to our
Hannah and
team.
Olivia in that backcourt. Yeah, Hannah
This is
and
no
Olivia.
disrespect to
I
our
agree with that.
teams. You know what I mean? There's no disrespect to our
Hey.
team, but when it comes down to it, by the way that we've been upset and the way that
Mm-hmm.
I see things going, I see us as UConn going to the Final Four. I wouldn't say Elite Eight. I see us going to the Final Four. I'd see that. I'd see USC in there as well. But after that, I see the better doing what the better would do. And that's not hating on no team. That's not me trying to brag about my team. That's me being a realist in this right now. And the teams that we're looking at, we're not looking at slouches in that 8 that we named.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Boogie. I'm gonna let you go ahead and chime in on it, and we'll let
I
the
mean,
ladies.
I definitely feel you on that. After watching that game yesterday, I definitely got a lot more respect on UConn because this is a typical UConn team I've been seeing, like with Gino, and he's able to plug and play and put players in position to excel at their highest moment. Um, I get a little bit. I'm on the fence because I know you said the fake USC. And listen, uh, right now they might have arguably what is the best player in college basketball over there.
And Boogie, and
And
Boogie.
can I be
I,
honest with
I,
you?
I
It's
want to
really
stop your take. Look, I want to
oh,
stop your take.
go ahead.
Only reason I
Yeah,
call them a fake is because that's University of Southern California.
yeah.
That's a
No, I get
whole
it.
state. And USC is the University of South Carolina. I'm only saying that because of that. You got a
Nah,
whole state versus a part of a state. No, y'all got to give us what we own. And we owned it.
yeah.
Look at our record. Look at what USC is doing versus now you got Juju doing their thing. Go ahead, Boogie.
No, Pete. Hey, Pete. I'm borderline with it too. I'm like, all right, listen, because I live in South Carolina, so I'm like, yo, I know how important that is into us. But then I started to think about like, yo, like the University of Southern Cal, like they didn't have some great players out there, like the OGs, the Marcus
So
Allen.
what? So
All right,
what? As a
all right.
part of the
I'm
state,
torn.
Boogie.
I'm torn. I'm not picking nobody. What I do want to say is like, yo, for real though, but they do arguably got what is college basketball the female basketball player of the year. I think she's
Mhm.
in Southern California. I seen her. I seen her put on a show. I'm talking about literally control the game in the flow. And she beat the number one team in the nation. But like
Mhm.
and basketball is such a team sport. But when I watched that game, it was literally by herself.
Mhm.
She literally like the last. If you go back and just look, you don't gotta watch the whole game. Just watch the game, the last 3 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
Juju had 8 blocks in that game. Juju had buckets in that game, pivotal buckets.
Clutch
Juju
bucket.
was making the right pass. Like, see, hey, you put the ball in her hand. See, I like right now. I get a little bit scared after I watch that game because we kind of struggle with that UCLA team. But like Juju was blocking that girl, Miss Bates. Yeah, yeah.
So
She's
as a
6'7", 6'8".
so
She
on
got
the
her thing blocked a couple times.
so as a
Lauren, oh Lauren, yeah. All
so
right.
so as
Lauren
a
wasn't
USC
scoring.
fan.
Lauren was not scoring. Juju said Lauren was not. All right, okay, I'm done. T, you like that one?
He
You
said,
like that
I
one,
like
T?
it.
All right,
I
go ahead.
like it. I like
Go
it. That
ahead,
was
Tim.
bars too. Look, Boogie, that was bars too. Lauren wasn't scoring. Hey, Boogie, let me
I
ask you this
like that.
question. Let me ask you this question. So, do you believe in what we talk about before we go to the ladies on the show on this? Do
Yeah.
you believe they earned the USC name with Juju, or do you believe that Dawn and them games cocks got that USC name? Let me know that first. I'm gonna ask everybody this while we go around and talking about this subject. But
I like it.
I
I
want to
like
know
it.
your take on it.
First of all, P, you know me. When I'm hot, I'm hot. Yo, this is why I'm hot, son. I'm riding with the Lady Gamecocks. Don,
A
Louis
whole
Vuitton,
state.
Don.
Let's
I'm
go. A
out
whole
like
state,
I'm.
man.
Hey, what? No
Let's
disrespect
go.
to Southern Cal.
None.
I hear it never rains in Southern
But
California.
yeah.
But listen.
They
I'm
tell
out here.
you.
I'm chilling. Hey, catch this, right? He did. I'm laid back like the name back. I'm sitting in South Car. I'm in
With the
South
chain
Carolina.
crack.
I'm looking for Remy. All right. I'll just
Let's
leave it right
go.
there. Yeah.
Let's go. T.
Yeah,
Give me
I'm in
something,
South
T.
Carolina. I'm looking for Rennie. Yeah.
T,
You
before
know
you
how
go
the
on
rest
your
of that
take.
song go.
T, before you
All
go
right.
on your take. And the thing that stood out and everything. What do you think about that with the a part of a state versus champions in a whole state with the USC name? Because it bothers me.
I can understand it because it's the same battle with Hampton and Howard. Who's the real HU? It's a battle the same type of dynamic.
Oh,
However,
So
that's
where
so
so
crazy,
where
man.
so where are
You
you
got
at
to
with
raise
it?
some
Where are
dates.
you
I
at with
am
it?
here.
Oh my God.
I'm here. Like you said, it's one thing to be a part of something, to be a piece of the pie.
That's right.
It's a whole different thing to be the whole entity.
Mm.
So as far as the who is the real deal, I'm gonna go with USC all day. The Carolina USC.
That's
Because we
right.
Mhm.
are the entire state. We are not only is it the University of South Carolina, but we are in the capital. We are in the Metro Soda City. We are in the Met, baby. We are here in the
That's what
Wakanda
they
middle.
call it
forever.
down here in Camden. That's what they call it
In
in Camden. They be like, yo, you going to the Met?
Man,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
going
he
to the
going to
Met.
the Met.
Yeah, I'm going to the Met.
in
Yeah.
Metro.
the middle.
The Metro.
In the middle. We're not the part. We're not Southern. We're not here. We're the whole. We are the whole enchilada, baby.
That's right.
That's where I. That's my take on that.
Yes,
Mom, where
man.
you at with it? Where you at with that, Mom?
The USC that you guys called the Unreal one, they had their reign, okay? They put that USC name out there back when Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, and them were playing those games back then.
Let's
But see,
go.
Dawn Staley came to
Talk to
South
him, man.
Carolina.
Talk to him,
Dawn
man.
Staley came to South Carolina after playing with Charlotte. Put South Carolina, the state, back on the map, okay?
Yes, man.
She bought that team
Paying all
in,
the bills over there, you
and
see.
she bought the team in. She gave South Carolina their name back.
Yes, man.
But like I said, but for the years before Dawn got here, USC of California had that name. Yes, they did, and they
They
held it.
sure did. Mm-hmm.
But like I say, it was short lived. South
A,
Carolina came back and they took the name back and they're living on with it right now.
a
South Carolina.
powerhouse is a
Mm.
powerhouse.
Ma, you the best. You the
I'm
best,
here.
Yeah.
ma.
A
My boo got
powerhouse is a powerhouse, man. So everybody that's watching the show, we said this, and this anonymous. We all agree the state and the NCAA needs to look into that because there is one real. And if you want to flip flop it, we can do that. But if you want to do it like that, you need to go off of these rings, you need to go off of these championships, you need to go off of what's going on right here, right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, no disrespect to you. Outside of you,
Yeah. I mean, they got a rich history, yes.
Yes.
what's that? What's
Agreed.
that history?
Agreed, see.
Look, I'll put USC the real, what I'm talking about, the Gamecocks against their history and put it up there like that. Like, what did they really got? I'll
I
put
don't
that on
Hey,
them right now.
hey,
And I'll stand
Pete,
on business.
Pete, you know what I like? You know what I like? What you just said? Ooh, I like you said something. You don't even know you said this, Pete.
Compare them. You
How
know what I
about
mean?
no. I don't know how the schedule goes, but how come we can't see USC versus USC? And yeah, like
Mm.
T,
That
he
I
said
tell
because
you
that.
what.
This he
that's
said
something.
I
That's
tell you
I
what.
see
Cause
that's
US
this
something that
because
the
argument
Juju
coaches
before.
have to
Juju
set up, Bleak.
AT.
That's something that they have to set up because just
I
like
know
Gino
my
sets up,
my
that's
they,
something like Gino sets up that stuff with you. With he set up. It was between him and Dawn that started that with South Carolina. Okay, but
yeah
see, Dawn was underneath Gino for a little while when she got that
yeah
much training from Gino when she used to assist him when he was doing the Olympic games. Okay,
yeah
Mm-hmm.
so he got some of that from him, but like I say, it's up to Dawn to go out there and get some of these other teams to try and set up a matchup with them. I mean, because the way that the league, the way that their schedules and stuff like that, you have to get it fit in, get in where it can fit in,
yeah.
and that's what Gino's been doing over the years.
And
You know,
Ma, look, Ma.
Hold on
Wait,
hold on.
wait a
Pete,
minute. I got you, Boogie.
I
It's
go ahead,
real
Pete. Go
quick.
ahead.
Ma, I'm mad that we talking about UConn and you got the Lakers joined up there and you got the UConn
hey,
background now.
hey, that's all right.
You got the
Look,
UConn background. You
Lakers
could have had the
always
UConn up there.
once a Laker,
We supposed to,
always a
Ma,
Laker. It don't
Ma,
matter. It don't matter.
Ma,
It don't matter.
Ma. Look,
It
Ma,
don't matter.
Ma,
She gonna beat
UConn,
you, Pete. You better
Ma.
leave her
Look,
alone.
we got him out
UConn,
there. I ain't
You
leaving her
gotta get a
alone.
whooping, Pete.
And
UConn,
look, and look, and look,
UConn.
and look, T. I'm not letting her go
You
because
don't have
I'm
to let me go.
UConn
I
because of
got
her.
this. You don't want
I gave you the UConn background too.
you don't want this smoke, Pete. Leave it alone. You don't want
I
this.
want all
You
of the
don't want it.
smoke. I
You don't
want
want it. You
chimney,
don't want it. You don't
black
want
and
it.
mild,
You don't
every
want it.
smoke.
You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't
Hey,
want
I'm about to do like Boo. I'm about to throw up my camera. I don't want no parts of this.
Right, right, man. But yeah, it is love, and I appreciate everybody's take on how we were talking about that because I think that's real, and that
Hold
should
up.
be discussed in the
Yeah,
league on the real USC. Go
Real
ahead,
quick.
Boogie.
Pete.
Go ahead, Boogie. Go
Hey,
ahead, Boogie.
no, mine was making a valid point, but like Juju's only a sophomore. We could see this USC matchup next year because you
Yeah, we
get to pick
could.
and choose with games. Because my made a valid point. All right, we did play. You know what I'm saying? Charleston Southern. We can you can pick the games when you
Mm-hmm.
coach in college. You get to pick your schedule a little bit.
So make
So
it
I would
harder.
like to
that
see
I
that.
would love. I honestly that's must see TV. We play
Mm-hmm.
US. We play USC this year. So rather than playing USC this year, we can play USC. The USC's versus USC's college game day. Come see. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Pete, Pete. Boy, I like them Fabo shades. You already cooking and you're cooking now.
Man, they got the rhinestones. Man, shout out to Bobby Dredd. This is his shades off of his shades lined up, man. Shout out to the bro. And Breeze was
Man.
mad
Damn,
yesterday.
you ain't get me
He
spared?
ain't get no
You
shades,
ain't get
man.
me spared?
Breeze ain't getting none.
No, I
I
ain't
got
talking about
mine.
Breeze. I'm talking
I
about
got
you
mine.
got you a pair. You ain't give me a
Breeze
pair?
said, no, Breeze said, no, 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 no. You got to show up. You got to show up to get them. You got to show up to get
Oh,
them.
okay, yeah, all
Yours,
right.
yours
That's
was
it.
there. Look, yours was there, Boogie. And I
He don't
saw
need.
it,
Uh,
and
He
I
can't see
seen.
nothing anyway. He don't need no shades.
No, you and
oh,
A
my
Dot,
bad. All right.
y'all was chilling. You know what I mean? You
See,
heard me, Boogie.
see them
You and
joints
A
fly.
Dot was
I'm
chilling.
looking at them.
You and A Dot was chilling, and you know what I mean. That's how we went. You could have had yours. We ain't worried about that. Y'all don't worry about how fly I am. And I had my hat, my blue hat to the back. This is
Head
the
to the back.
Canada team, but
I look at the
I
back
just had
side.
to make it look like it was a Yukon. You know what I mean? Because we out here right now. You know what I mean? I don't know where this show came from today, but but yo, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna tie up a whole bunch of things to make us hate against each other. It was a game yesterday. It was a crazy situation that we're going into March Madness, and everybody takes is great right now. And what we're talking about, everybody that's watching the women's basketball are going to see what
Mm-hmm.
we're saying, just the same as they saw with the NFL, as they
Mm-hmm.
saw with the NBA. We do not just talk out here. We are backed up by facts, data, and statistics,
Statistics.
letting you know if it truly is hate or
Hate
debate.
or debate.
You know what I'm talking about? So before we get out of here, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all last words in. But matter of fact, what we're gonna do is, because SC hasn't been that long, this is almost like me alley-ooping moms into a win. We gonna do hit for hit with all four of us, and we're gonna go Uconn.
Ooh.
And now look, this isn't just girls, this is boys too. And I'm gonna start it
Mm.
off with Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen.
Maya
Hold
Moore.
up. Pete, before you even started, you need to tell us the rotation. 'Cause
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
I'll
just
tell it. I'll tell it. Me, then you, Boogie, then it's mom, then it's
all
T.
right. Say no more.
Okay.
Start it back over then, sir, please.
Jesus Shuttlesworth, aka Ray Allen.
I'm going Rebecca Lobo.
Maya Moore.
Diana Taurasi.
Stewie.
Sue Bird.
Gabby Williams.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sleeper.
Easy.
Villanueva.
Nafisa Kali, excuse me.
Kimber. Kimber Walker.
Oh, okay. Kimba.
What she say?
She said
Says
Kimba Walker.
You
Oh. Danny Hurley. We're gonna go with the coach.
Hold up. My microphone just messed up real quick. Emeka Okafor.
Colleen Alamy.
Rip Hamilton.
Jaden Ross.
Shabazz.
Aaliyah Edwards.
Ooh.
Swing Cash.
Aiden. What's his name? Aiden. Something with an M. Manhattan. Ah. He said, um,
I'll give you 2 seconds right now to correct it.
Go.
Mahatney. Aiden Mahatney.
All right.
Go.
Donnie Marshall. You got a second. You out of here, Boogie. You out of here, Boogie. You out of
I
here,
had
Boogie.
it. I had it. I have it. I have it. I have it. I have it. I have
All
it.
right, you got a second.
Ace of fun.
All right, let's go.
Stephen
Ace of,
Castle.
I just was trying to give the dramatics. The
Who you said, Ma?
35 and set. Oh, all right.
Well,
I'm
you
sorry.
better get off of those. Remember, you got 3 seconds. Who you said, Ma?
Stephen Castle.
KK Arnold.
Donnie Marshall. Yeah. Yeah.
Paige Beckers.
Ooh.
They were
Yeah.
they were strong.
One second.
Okay.
Gino. Let's go, Boogie. He's
I
out of here, Mo.
did.
He's out of here, Mo. Let's
I
go.
think it's I'm done.
Who you got, Ma?
Ashlyn Shade.
Ooh.
Good job.
You might as well go ahead and give it up to me.
I can't think of Diana Taurasi. Did anybody say that?
Yep.
Yep.
That was the
Yep.
first one.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm over.
yeah, yeah.
My one. My one. My one,
Ma
man.
definitely won. Ma
You
was,
already know the
Ma was
original
acting. She's
Uconner.
ready. She's ready for
And
us.
she had more. She had more
Oh
from me.
yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. But I forgot about my main girl, Nika Mule.
Look, she was ready. She was ready. But that was a great
Mm,
game.
that's
We lit it
crazy.
up. We lit it up. We did what it was supposed to do. Boogie, run them shots out.
Man, listen, first and foremost, listen, I want to take a quick moment. Uh, I had got some news before I even came online today, man. I want to give a shout out to Jesse Swindler, man. I just found out, you know what I'm saying, a good friend of mine is like, yo, she passed away.
I'm sorry.
Literally a couple hours ago. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I really need to.
Bro, you good.
She was one of our fans to her show, so I really wanted to give her a shout out.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to the
R.I.P.
Embodied family, man. Shout out to my church home, my Embodied family, man. Man,
Yeah,
shout
Ma,
out to
I
my
gotta get you
parents.
out there, Ma. Ma, I gotta get you out.
Yeah, ma, please come out. T, look, come out. Bring your family too. But shout out to the Embodied family. Shout out to Radhika Patel, man, my pastor, man, who, you know what I'm saying, I lean on. And God is touching her, you know what I'm saying, in such an amazing way, you know what I'm saying, as we carry the cross every day. Man, shout out to our Hater Debate Squad, man. Listen, shout out to Mondoos, man. Shout out to T. T. That's two T's. Yo, T. T. Yeah. Yo, shout out to my guy, MVP the Geek. You know what I'm saying? The orchestrator, man. Shout out to Black, man. Listen, you about to get a write up, man. Black, you gonna get a
Man,
write
I'm
up. We
telling
ain't
you.
see you in a minute.
I'm
Hey,
telling you.
write up is on the desk waiting on you when you get back. Man, you know
He
what I mean? Shout out.
and he
Hey,
got the link, so he can't lie tomorrow. Y'all ain't sent
I
me the
already
link.
know. I
Yeah.
know.
You know that's
Hey,
what he gonna go for.
hey, FedEx been missing too, Black, but we'll get back to that. But man, shout out to the most important people. As I look around, the most important people are you, the viewers, man, the subscribers, the people that hits the likes. Man, keep following us on all social medias, man. We appreciate you. Nothing but the love, man. Look, everybody in the Hater Debate Squad, we cannot be doing this without you. So make sure you keep subscribing, make sure you keep sharing, make sure that you keep liking. And if you got any suggestions, man, give it to us in the messages or the comments below. We can improve. All
We'll put
right,
him up.
you know the group. Go
We'll put
ahead.
him up for you. T, run them down for us, T.
Shout out to the Hater Debate Squad. Like I say every week, I thank you guys for bringing me in and accepting me and just letting me do what I do. Thank you to all those everybody that watches. Love us, like us. If you want, come debate us.
Mm.
That's
Hey,
what we're here for. Love us, like us, or debate us. Hit the like, share, subscribe. Keep looking, keep watching. We got things coming.
T, I like that blue shirt that you got. It
It's
Yeah.
remind
my
me a
my
little bit of
Henry
a.
Lee shirt.
Let me stop.
So
Ma,
I
you
look
got any?
big for everybody.
Ma, you got any shout outs? Ma Dukes,
I
you want
think
to
T
run
looking
down?
like the
I'm good. I'm good.
okay.
So
Ma, we love you. Hey Ma, big hearts
oh,
to
shout
you
out to
though.
Mom Dukes
Big
for
hearts
coming
to
to
Ma.
the debate. Yes.
Big hearts to Ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Hold on,
appreciate being
let me
here.
put
Yeah.
mine up too.
Yeah. No,
Definitely.
hey, I'm already the favorite son today. You see, I put my heart up first. Ma, you
Oh,
see, I put my
There's only one. There's only one number one. You could be number two and then be number three. You could
you a
fight the
day
other ones.
late.
There's only one number one.
Yes, man.
Look, Boogie.
I already
Look,
know.
Boogie.
I know you don't
Look,
play
Boogie.
about him. I know you don't
Look,
play
Boogie.
about him, man.
And my shouts out is to you, the fans, to everybody that's here, Ma Deuce, T, Mister, hit him with the yo. I can't do it like how he do it, but yes, definitely shout out to all of the Hater Debate Squad. Shout out to all of the viewers. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Everybody that's just out there, nothing to do, man. We're bringing y'all the facts, the data, and statistics. I'm I'm not worried if you're mad that it's women on the show bringing better stats than y'all can. I comment on every comment that's on the show, and I let y'all know. Y'all be, who is that? What are they saying? Don't worry about that. If you got a debate, bring it. Everybody that's on the show, it's not on the show, that's hitting me up on Facebook during work hours, I'm not responding to you. 8 o'clock, 8:30 nightly, you can come on the show. You're scared to get on. You ain't standing on business. You're standing on that fakeness out here. We're not doing it. I'm not going on Facebook to waste my work time while I'm sneaking on my phone to answer you. I don't care about what you got to say. If you want to talk, meet us out here. Otherwise, that we are definitely
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls up 3-pointer. Bang!